everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a bit of a different video because I have this little tradition that I do every year that I talk you through a ton of new holiday books that are coming out as audiobooks, and we will choose my top 10. We'll do a little bit of a ranking, and usually I put a couple of those, maybe like the top 10 or like some of them on my wish list, because yeah, every year I struggle with the fact that I just can't read all of them. I'm not a romance reader. If you've been on my channel for any time, you know that. But there's just something about December and the holiday season that really makes me crave these really sweet stories that are just wholesome and cute and romantic and cozy. I've been doing this for a couple of years, so I think I don't need like a ton of introduction here. So you can see that I'm currently doing this a little bit differently. We're having some screen sharing going on. I have never recorded a video with this setup before. Like, I'm using my camera as a webcam basically. I have my mic set up and all of that. So I hope it turns out well. I did a little bit of testing and it looked okay. So I hope it works out, fingers crossed, because I really want you to be able to see this video later today. It's currently 2:30 in the afternoon, and all my morning I spent prepping this. So it is a lot of work that goes into this video, and if you are having fun with it, then please leave a like. That really helps me out. And also you can leave a nice comment. Let me know which one of these books spoke to you, if you agree with my ranking later on or not. I would love to hear about that, because like all of your engagement is very much appreciated. And yeah, let's just get all of this out of the way. I think we can just go into this whole shebang. Now, how is this going to work? First of all, I will turn to my screen in a second so I see what I'm doing. Don't worry about that. I'm really sorry I can't like keep eye contact and do the things at the same time. I'm just not that talented. And then I will show you all of the books that I found. Now, a quick little disclaimer. I have looked for these audiobooks on Audible. However, I'm not using Audible anymore. I'm using Libro FM. So some of these books will be Audible exclusive. So that means you can only get them through Audible, which is a shame. I really don't like supporting Audible and Jeff Bezos. I don't think that they're good things in the world, people in the world, whatever. So I would highly recommend, if you do decide to pick any of these up and they are available through another audiobook platform, that you choose the alternative. As I said, I will put the ones I want to listen to on my Libro FM wish list. I have a Libro FM referral code down below. So if you decide to sign up for Libro FM, try it out. If you use my link, I will get a free what do you call that in English? I have no idea what we call them in English, but I will, like one of the things that I can pick an audiobook for. If you do want to try Libro FM, I would really, really appreciate it if you use my link. Apart from that, why did I use Audible to look for these? It's really just because the way their like search works makes it easier for me to find the new ones. I feel like with Libro FM it was a little bit more difficult to set it up in a way that I want to. So that's the only reason why. There's a ton of things I prefer in the Libro FM things. Unfortunately, the like search stuff is a little bit better on Audible. So let's look at the books. Okay, so as I said, I will look at my screen and I will just go through all of the books that I found. Now, I have to warn you, it is a lot because I found over 100 books. So the first step now is that we will just go through all of them so you can look at the covers and the titles and maybe already see which ones you might be interested in. And in case I don't go into them any further, you can just look them up yourselves. So let's get to the books. Okay, we have 10 Things I Hate About Christmas by A.J. Pine, 12 Ways to Kill Your Family at Christmas by Natasha Bache, 25 Days by Per Jacobsen, A Billionaire for Christmas by Joe Lyons, A Christmas House Guest by Carla Kelly, A Christmas Truce by Emma Bennett, A Christmas Wish by Aaron Green, A Copenhagen Snowman's by Pernille Hughes, A Cozy Kind of Christmas by Ellie Alexander, A Very Merry Christmas by Debbie Meckermer, A Holly Brown Christmas by Samantha Chase, A Little Christmas Matchmaking by Carolyn Brown, A Little Paris Christmas by Jennifer Shirk, A Mannequin for Christmas by Timothy Janovsky, A Merry Irish Christmas by Clodagh Murphy, A Merry Little Lie by Sarah Morgan, A Rough Royal Christmas by Karen Shaler, A Scottish Christmas by Emma Bennett, A Spell for Midwinter's Heart by Morgan Lockhart, Almost Christmas in Paradise by Evelyn Sola, All In for Christmas by Ginny Baird, All the Christmas Wives by Melissa Baldwin, All Together for Christmas by Sarah Morgan, All We Want for Christmas by Philippa Ashley, An Off-Piste Christmas by Julie Houston, Anne of Avenue A by Audrey Belezza and Emily Harding, Any Girl But You by Dana Hawkins, Big Nick Energy by Kristen Bailey, Bread Christmas by Melody Tyden, Chef's Kiss at the Chalet by Suki Snow, Christmas at Hollybush Farm by Joe Thomas, Christmas at Foxridge by Bailey Hanna, Christmas at the French Repair Shop by Sophie Claire, Christmas at the Little Cornish Bakery by Jennifer Bibby, Christmas at the Movies by Anne-Marie Ryan, Christmas at the Ranch by Julia McKay, Christmas at the Scottish Lodge by Donna Ashcroft, Christmas at the Second Chance Supper Club by Carolyn Roberts, Christmas Corpse by Mona Marple, Christmas Ever After by Michelle Stimpson, Christmas Fling by Lindsay Kelk, Christmas in Focus by Lindsay Gibson, Christmas on Fifth Avenue by Julie Chaplin, Christmas People by Eva-Marie Palmer, Christmas Promise by Carla Kelly, Christmas Soulmates by Jenny Raab, Christmas Wishes and Irish Kisses by Debbie Johnson, Christmas with Consequences by Sharon Kendrick, Cooking Up a Christmas Storm by Amelia Berry, Cozy for the Holidays by Liz Maverick, Every Christmas Eve by Emma Hetherington, Fake It Till Christmas by Claudia Burgoa, Filthy Rich Santas by Eva Ashwood, Grace and Henry's Holiday Movie Marathon by Matthew Norman, Ghosted at Christmas by Holly Whitmore, Good Spirits by B.K. Borson, Happy Christmas by Kelsey Humphreys, He Sees You When You're Sleeping by Alta Hensley, Her Last Christmas by Claire McGowan, His Last Christmas Gift by Deborah Borchert, Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace, Holiday Unscripted by Natasha Madison, Holly and Nick Hate Christmas by Betsy Sand Amand, Holly's Jolly Christmas by Stephanie Elvis, Hostile for the Holidays by Aaron Hawkins, How to Get Caught Under the Mistletoe by Alex James, I Really Can't Stay by A.R. Rose, If Only in Our Dreams by Faye Quinn, I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm by Mariama J. Lockington, Just a Taste by Anise Starre, Let the Bells Ring Out by Millie Johnson, Married for Christmas by Noelle Adams, Marry Me by C.R. Jane, Merry Pucking Christmas by Logan Chance, Mistletoe Motel by Lise Gold, Murder at Mistletoe Manor by F.L. Everett, New Beginnings at the Little Christmas Inn by Georgia Hill, Not Just for Christmas by Hannah Ellis, Of Magic and Reindeer by Maya Nicole, Oh Christmas Tree by Brian Harold, Brandon Gray, and Danielle Thompson, Once Upon a Christmas Carol by Melody Carlson, One Foggy Christmas by Courtney Kazel, So This Is Christmas by Helen Rolfe, Sleigh Bells and Snowstorms by Claire Kingsley, Sleigh Bells in Park City by Hope Holloway and Cecilia Scott, Snow-Kissed by Rayanne Thane, 10 Christmases Without You by Jenny Hale, The Best Christmas Choir Ever by Elizabeth Fripp, The Best Little Christmas Shop by Maxine Moray, The Bright Side of Christmas by Morgan Elizabeth, The Christmas Book Flood by Roseanne M. White, The Christmas Countdown by Donna Ashcroft, The Christmas Cracker Killer by Alexandra Benedict, The Christmas Cure by Christine Winters, The Christmas Guest by Sally Royer Dare, The Christmas Keepsake by Annie Rains, The Christmas Menagerie by Minna Howard, The Christmas Project by Maxine Moray, The Christmas Retreat by Trisha Ashley, The Christmas Ring by Karen Kingsbury, The Cotswolds Christmas Cafe by Lizzie Lee, The Cuffing Game by Layla Lee, The Day After Christmas by Nicola Knight, The 8 Heartbreaks of Hanukkah by Jean Meltzer, The Gingerbread Christmas Village by Killy Dunbar, The Holiday Claus by Anne Einerson, The Holiday Fakers by Evie Alexander, The Holiday Hookup List by Alexis Starre, The Holiday Post by L.B. Dunbar, The Holiday Whoopee by Sarah L. Hudson, The Mistletoe House by Mia Kent, The Secret Christmas Library by Jenny Cogan, The Thief Who Saved Christmas by Angela Casella, The 12 Days of Christmas by Susan Stokes Chapman, There's Always Next Year by Leah Johnson and George M. Johnson, This Christmas by Leanne Slade, Those Christmas Angels by Debbie McComber, 'Tis the Season of Wicked Deeds by Simran, 12 Days of Christmas by Trisha Ashley, Wishing for Christmas by Carolyn Stowe. So that's our selection. Now maybe a couple of things I should say about these books. So for one, most of these are romancy books, some are mysteries and thrillers. I did not take in any children's books, but there are a few YA, but not many. I also try not to do any books in series. There are some exceptions here, mostly because I think they fill a niche that otherwise would be empty. Then I also try to avoid doubles, but with some of them I'm not quite sure whether some of them might have different British and American titles. Sometimes that happens with these Christmas books. So if any of these were the same book, just with different titles, I will find that out in a second. And I hope you can forgive me for including both, but since British and American people might watch this, I will probably both leave them in. So for this next round, I will now try to narrow it down to 20 books. I will probably get rid of a lot of books that seem very spicy because I don't like too much spice in my books. Like, I'm okay with some, but if I feel like the story is more spice than anything else, I will probably take it off. And then also I will look for books that I feel like are a little bit special or unique. I already have a couple in mind. For example, there is this choir book that I think is quite cool. I also really like books that have heavy food themes for Christmas. So some of those might make it into the top 20. And then also I really like books with pets in them. So I think there's one that has a dog, very obviously. And so I will just go through and I will narrow it down to the top 20. I will not film this part because it would be very, very boring for you. I basically just read through the synopsis and go by like all the vibes I'm getting from each book and narrow it down, and then we will talk further. Okay, it's now 4 in the afternoon. I've narrowed it down to 20 books. Let's go over them quickly. I just want to show you what I've picked. So we have 12 Ways to Kill Your Family at Christmas. This one does sound quite fun. Basically, we're following a woman who has to spend the Christmas time with her husband's family, and then people get murdered and she needs to survive. We have Christmas Corpse, which is a cozy mystery. In this one, we have a woman who kind of gets into an accident and she is saved by Mrs. Claus, but then there is an investigation and Mrs. Claus is the main suspect, and so our main character is trying to find out what happened. We have a Mannequin for Christmas, which sounds really fun. Timothy Janovsky does write like really wacky books, but I love it. In this one we have a guy who wishes for the perfect man, and in the morning he finds a mannequin in a store that came alive. And it sounds really, really funny. If Only in Our Dreams, this is also gay, and we have a dad and a goth guy who meet and are kind of attracted to each other. I have read Quin before and enjoyed it, so this is the same series but the books are not connected. Then we have Anne of Avenue A. Now this is a persuasion retelling and I love Persuasion by Jane Austen, so that's why it's here. Then we have Any Girl But You. This is a sapphic one and it sounds really cute. we do have one walking disaster with perfect hair and an angel, like a really goody girl. And yeah, they are probably forced together to do something for Christmas. Then we have Mistletoe Motel, which is more of a short novella, but this is also sapphic, and I think there are two women stuck in a motel because of a snowstorm and potential feelings. We have Cooking Up a Christmas Storm. Now this one sounds really fun because it's about food. You know, I love food. But basically we have a main character who seems to have dated a woman, but they are not together anymore. And she meets a guy, and she pretends to be her like girlfriend. To go to this culinary school thing. It sounds like very chaotic, and I love it. So I think that one is a good one. Then we have Just a Taste. Again, this is about cooking. This is about a woman who is a chef and a guy who is like a technopreneur, which is a word that makes me feel weird feelings about it, but I still kept it on. I like the cover, but like tech guy, I don't know if I want a romance with that, so this one might still go. We have Christmas Ever After. I've read one of Michelle Stimpson's books last year and really enjoyed it, so this one is definitely interesting to me. We have a woman who is a mayor and a guy who is part of a movie production that is supposed to take place in her town, and it sounds a bit chaotic, but if you know me, I love movie stuff in my Christmas romances, so that sounds good. Christmas People sounds absolutely chaotic, and I think I want it. So we have Jill, who doesn't like Christmas, and she is kind of sucked into a movie and then she has to kind of play out the movie. It sounds so strange, and I love it. This one sounds so cool. We have Grace and Henry's holiday movie marathon. This one sounds a little bit more serious. We have two people who lost their partners, and they are having this movie marathon to kind of get over it and maybe develop feelings while they do that. We have Ghosted at Christmas. This one sounds like very ridiculous as well, and I do love the ridiculous ones. In this one, we do have a woman who has been ghosted, and we have an actual ghost, and I think it's about their romance. I'm not quite sure, but it sounds funny. I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm is a YA romance, and it seems to be kids of color according to the cover, and it's also queer. And I'm not like the biggest YA reader, but I wanted to keep it on here just to shout it out for the people who still look for the YA romances. We have The Best Christmas Choir Ever. It sounds so cute. I haven't really read through the description because I just love the title so much. But yeah, we have Charlie, who was a singer, but she gave it up. And then we have someone else, probably Julian or Julian, I don't know. So yeah, I like the title. I'm sorry, I'm just like really kind of, I don't know. This is one of the books when I did my little research that I saw, and I was like, I think I want to read that. Then we have The Christmas Menagerie. This is about a woman who takes care of a lot of like the village animals together with a vet. As I said, animals usually get me, so that's why it's still here. We have The 8 Heartbreaks of Hanukkah, and this one is a romance between a woman who has like a very strict plan, but that probably gets derailed in some way. She wants to produce a live-action televised musical of A Christmas Carol. And I do also like to have like holiday romances that are not Christmas specifically, so that sounds great. The Gingerbread Christmas Village is about a older woman. She's 64, and yeah, kind of like not very lucky with the dating. So yeah, I thought that sounded really interesting. And then also this village has a gingerbread model village, and it's all about that. Then we have 12 Days of Christmas. This sounds like a very traditional, like Trisha Ashley book of like a widow who goes kind of like house sitting in a remote area, and the owner of the house is like probably sexy and kind of, yeah. It sounds like very, very cozy and warm and nice. So that's why that's there. And then we have Yours for the Season. And I did really enjoy another book by Uzma Jalaluddin, so that's why I'm interested in this one. We also have a chef in this scenario, so that's always great. And I think there is fake dating involved in this one, and we do have the girls like Muslim family, the guys not Muslim family, and it's probably shenanigans, so I like the sound of that. So I think what I'm going to do now is try to narrow it down to the top 10. Then we will listen to the audio samples for the top 10, and I'll do my ranking. So next step of narrowing things down. Okay, so I tried to be quite quick and brutal about this one. So we do have 10 left. And now I'm going to listen to the audio samples and we will rank them. I would say let's just go. The first one is 12 Ways to Kill Your Family at Christmas. Let's see.
HarperCollins presents 12 Ways to Kill Your Family at Christmas by Natasha Bache.
Okay, so that was 12 Ways to Kill Your Family at Christmas. I did like the accent. We don't get any Christmassy feelings because we're kind of like looking like back in time to when all of the shenanigans started. So I don't know how I feel about this one yet, but it's not negative. It's also not like super excited. Let's go for a Mannequin for Christmas next.
Macmillan Audio presents A Mannequin for Christmas by Timothy Janovsky.
So that was A Mannequin for Christmas. Still no Christmas vibes for that one either. We learn about the main character who likes to be in this vintage shop of their aunt and kind of decorating the windows and also pretending to be one of the mannequins. So yeah, I don't know about this one. I still think the whole idea is so funny, but I think last year I put Timothy Janovsky's book on like my first place, and I'm not quite sure whether I want to have like a repeat, but I still think I will enjoy this one a little bit more than 12 Ways to Kill Your Family. So we'll see about that. Okay, next one is Anne of Avenue A, the persuasion retelling. So let's see about this one.
Simon & Schuster Audio presents Anne of Avenue A.
Okay, so that was Anne of Avenue A. I must confess, a 30-minute prologue is a lot. Don't know how I feel about that. And yeah, it didn't have the magic for me yet, so don't know how I feel about that one. Let's go queer now with Any Girl But You.
Storm Publishing presents Any Girl But You, written by Dana Hawkins and read by Katie Budare.
Okay, so that was Any Girl But You. We're starting out with Quin, who hates Christmas but bought a Christmas tree farm. And I gotta be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the whole like Christmas tree farm thing. I feel like that's like so overdone. But I do really like the way the audiobook is narrated in this one. And Quin seems to be a fun person, so I'm liking that one. So now we have Cooking Up a Christmas Storm, and I'm so excited for this one. I hope this one is good. I have like very good feelings about the chaos in this one.
Cooking Up a Christmas Storm by Amelia Berry, read by Helen McAlpine.
Excellent.
Chapter 1.
The accent.
Why had she answered the phone?
Okay. I was not prepared for the accent, and it sounds so chaotic. I guess the main character is bisexual, as it mentions a previous girlfriend, and then the love interest is a man, I think. So yeah, this sounds like so much chaos, and I'm here for it, and the accent is excellent. Okay, next up we have Christmas People, and that one also sounds like it's very chaotic, so let's give that a listen.
Macmillan Audio presents Christmas People by Iva-Marie Palmer. Read for you by Patty Mirren.
Okay, starting out with drum and bass. Very good. Okay, the beginning wasn't quite as chaotic as I wanted it to, but definitely has a funny undertone to it. Now, the LA setting, I'm not so sure about. Okay, but it's not set in LA. She goes back to Illinois. Okay. Yeah, I think it can't quite compete with the accent in the previous one, but I love the premise of her like waking up in a movie version of her hometown so much. It sounds so wild. Okay, speaking of wild, we have Ghosted at Christmas, which let's see what that one is like.
Ghosted at Christmas by Holly Whitmore.
Okay, so this one sounds pretty hilarious. Now, the beginning is very relatable. The trains being cancelled is a nightmare. I love that she has her favorite bathroom stall because that is so relatable. Okay, I very much love this one so far. And I think reading the synopsis that the relationship or like the romance is not with the ghost, but I love the idea of this. It's really, really fun. Okay, now we have The Choir. So let's see. I'm not sure what this one will turn out to be. I just love the title of this one and the cover.
Afterglow Books by Harlequin and Harper Audio present The Best Christmas Choir Ever by Elizabeth Fribb.
Okay, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. I'm not gonna lie, the beginning is a little bit boring. She's just helping her grandma move into this retirement home, but it sounds like the family is a bit rich, like, you know, the parents are on a food tour thing. I don't know about this one. Okay, next we have The 8 Heartbreaks of Hanukkah, which might also involve some ghosts.
Mira and Harper Audio present The 8 Heartbreaks of Hanukkah by Jean Meltzer. Dear reader, this book contains depictions of chronic illness and disability, including migraines.
Okay, first of all, I love that this book comes with content warnings. I think especially for holiday books, that is so important. Last year, I managed to read a book with like stuff in it that was not good for me to read, especially not around Christmas. So I very much appreciate it if these books have content warnings. Very great. This one also mentions migraines, which makes it more interesting to me because I do have chronic migraines, so I would love to see how they explore it in the book. And just in general, I like the vibe, I like the idea. Let's see where we put that one. Okay, and last but not least, we have Yours for the Season, and I'm just seeing now that because it's not quite out yet, it comes out on the 1st of December, it doesn't have a listening sample yet. Sometimes they already do, I think, but this one doesn't, so that's quite sad. We have to just, yeah, put that in somewhere now, I guess. I mean, it does sound very cute, and the description of the plot is very detailed, so I think I'm fine placing it without having the listening sample yet. Okay, and with that, we have made it through all 10 books, and now we're gonna rank them from worst to best, in my opinion, and just the listening sample. So yeah, this is my top 10 holiday books for this year. And I hope that you found something that you would enjoy listening to. I definitely have. So yeah, let's go through them. I think on the 10th spot for me would be The Best Christmas Choir Ever. I still love the idea, you know, working with older people and singing and all of that. It does sound really sweet and really cute. Just the beginning of the book wasn't hooking me. There seems to be also a theme of grief in this one, as the main character has lost her brother. So yeah, it could be like really great, but just from the listening sample, it didn't immediately hook me. Then we have Anne of Avenue A. Now, these two could be reversed as well. I'm not quite sure. Like, this one is purely living from the fact that it's a Persuasion retelling. And I do like a New York setting. I think this is set in New York. But the vibes of Persuasion weren't really there for me. Second chance romance for me can work, but also doesn't always. Like, it's really weird that Persuasion is my favorite Austen novel, because usually I don't like second chance romance. I do like a good chunk of angst though, and I feel like Persuasion lives from the angst. Now, because we have this like very long prologue of this book, we didn't really see any of that yet, so I'm not convinced with this one. Then we have 12 Ways to Kill Your Family at Christmas. I think if you're looking for one of those maybe not quite so serious mystery thriller books, this one is probably quite fun. I did like the listening sample, and yeah, the festive vibes weren't there because of the beginning of the book being, you know, set in the future, but yeah, it does have a bit of like a fun ring to it. Then we have A Mannequin for Christmas. I really like the idea still. Timothy Janovsky is definitely an author I will keep my eye on. I didn't love the book of his that I read last year, but I think that, you know, if you like the wacky ideas and if you want to listen to a gay romance for Christmas, Timothy Janovsky needs to be on your list. Yours for the season, as I just said, we don't really have a listening sample yet, but the description just sounds really good of this female lawyer and the male social media star. They're fake dating, but then their families clashing over the holidays. It sounds like really cute and chaotic. I just love it when we have like the culture clash, but it involves like the whole family, and yeah, just people maybe learning new perspectives and stuff like that. I do really appreciate books like that. Then we have The 8 Heartbreaks of Hanukkah. As I said, I definitely enjoy a good migraine representation. It seems like the whole ghost thing could be related to that. I don't know. It is referred to in the description of the book. But yeah, I did like the first look of that. And I have another Jean Meltzer book that I want to check out, The Matzah Ball. So yeah, seems to be an author that writes interesting books. Then we have Any Girl But You. So this one, as I said, like, you will always get me with the sapphic books, and it does sound really cute. I did really like the main character's point of view. The chaos of not liking Christmas and buying a Christmas tree farm sounds intriguing, but the whole like Christmas tree farm thing for me personally is a little bit overdone, especially as it seems to be like this American thing. Like, yeah, our Christmas trees probably come from somewhere as well, but I've never really thought about Christmas tree farms in Germany at all. Then we have Christmas People. I love the whole idea of this one with like the main character being in this movie and having to play along to get out. It sounds so funny, and I did like the beginning of this. So yeah, this one is my number 3. It's ranking really high. I just love the chaos, but also just like the cozy vibes, you know. It has to be like the right mix, and with this book I have a good feeling that it would do that. My next one is Ghosted at Christmas. This one just started out like so relatable, and I love the idea of this, like the ghost in this story. it's kind of fun. I think it's also a second trans romance, possibly, of this character and a guy that broke her heart. So yeah, that one, I don't know. It's just giving me something. Like, immediately when I saw the title and the cover, I knew that this one was one I had my eye on, and I have been like, yeah, not disappointed so far. And my number one this year is Cooking Up a Christmas Storm. Now, I was not ready for the accent of the narrator in this one. I love the idea of this one. It could be very chaotic. It sounds like our main character Jodie is like very, very low on her luck. She also seems to be bisexual, so that's very relatable. And I just, yeah, taking over her ex-girlfriend's identity to go to this cooking thing, it just sounds like so much drama. I love it. And I will definitely listen to this one. Now, I always listen to my number one book. I can't promise I will get to all of the other ones, but I'll definitely save them, at least the ones that I really want to listen to. With the last couple, like maybe the 8th to 10th spot or so, I'm not quite sure, but yeah. This one I will promise to listen to. I will give you my review very soon. Very excited. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. Now, it is now 5:30 in the evening. So this was a long process, and I still have to edit all of this for you to see it today. So thank you for coming along on this journey. I really appreciate it. As I said at the beginning, if you did like this, leave a like and a nice comment letting me know which one of those books you would have chosen to start the holiday season. I really would love to hear about that, and it really helps me out. I can't sit still anymore, as you can probably tell. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave you off right here. I hope you have a fantastic holiday time, whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or any other thing. I hope you have a great time, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!